What's up? This is Vince Carter. You're listening to the 3-Point Conversion. Check it out.
Nate, we've seen this team continue to be resilient throughout several games so far this season, but I know that one of the big goals is playing a full 48 minutes. So what happened there in the fourth quarter that kind of turned it into the Pelicans' favor?
Yeah, I like the way we played for 44 minutes. Then that last 4 minutes, last 4 or 5 minutes, we gave up a couple offensive rebounds off the free throw line. We had a couple situations where we fouled, gave them and-ones, and then we didn't execute, some of the plays in the last 5 minutes and in overtime. But we found a way to win, so I would much rather us correct these mistakes off of a win than to drop that game, because I thought we played really good basketball for about 44, 43 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes we just started to have some breakdowns, but they found a way to get us into overtime. I thought DJ had a big shot and to carry us into overtime, and then overtime we was able to stretch the lead and eventually win the game.
Coach, there were a number of performances you can point to, but what can you say about season high for Clint in both points and rebounds tonight? How were you able to take advantage of him, in other words?
That's the Clint we need. That is the Clint that we need out on the floor, rebounding the balls, controlling the boards, defending the paint, and he was big all night long tonight. Not only rebounding, but defending the paint. Up on the pick and rolls when Ingram and McCollum was just really active all night long. But these are the numbers that we saw from Clint 2 years ago, and these are the numbers that we need to continue to see from him.
Tonight was a great atmosphere. How did you feel about the atmosphere tonight, and how do you feel that nights like Divine Nine Night help the Hawks connect with that community?
Well, our fans are great. They are always bringing the energy. I always say that it's up to us to make sure that we give them something to cheer about. And but our fans have always been great and having fun and loud and supportive. And I thought we gave them something to cheer for throughout this game. And when you have us playing well and our fans doing their thing, it makes for a tough building to come in and play in.
Coach, you talked about the first 44 minutes you all played well, especially defensively. Even going back to the New York game, what have you noticed change since then, how it's turned up?
Well, we keep talking about it, and we looked at our numbers here recently in the first 8 games, and numbers weren't good. As far as us fouling, defending with sending teams to the free throw line 27 times, not rebounding the basketball, and we talked about those numbers and we showed our guys those numbers. We have to be better than that. It's going to be difficult to win games if we continue to give opponents 27 free throws, 50 plus points in the paint, 14, 15 plus fast break points, 14 offensive rebound. If you're giving a team that many bullets, it's going to be tough to win. So tonight they accept the challenge, and defensively they got after it against a really good team. This is a team that puts 3 guys that scores 20 on the floor. That's certainly a challenge, and I thought our guys, from start, did a good job of making them work and making them earn over the top of us.
Nate, DeJounte's often a guy who's not happy with performances, even when the Hawks do get a win. What did you kind of see out of him, triple-double tonight, but also just to start that overtime period, it kind of felt like he was taking over things?
Well, he has that about him. I'm learning that, when the game is close and tight, he wants the ball. And he has shown in this short season that he's a playmaker. He can create, and I think both he and Trey are doing a really good job of taking advantage of matchups, understanding plays to call out on the floor to get the matchup that we want, whether it is Trey or DJ or DeAndre or John. You know, tonight we really tried to take advantage of Zion and put him in the pick and rolls, and I thought they did a good job of executing, you know, targets that we wanted out on the floor.
Coach Jalen Judson, he scored double digits tonight. What's your thoughts on his performance?
He had a really good game. I thought young fella did a nice job stepping in. Our matchup at the beginning of the game was Onyeka on Zion, and that wasn't working. I think Zion went to the basket, you know, a couple times easy, and we switched Jalen on Williams, and I thought he did a really nice job of just staying in front of him and making him go over the top. Forced 2 turnovers pretty quickly. You know, offensively, he was able to make some shots, get to the rim. So I thought he gave us solid minutes, you know, coming off the bench tonight.
Coach, what did you say about John Collins? I think only 2 points until late in the game, and then hits 2 clutch baskets, including that 3-point in overtime.
Yeah, I thought he just stayed with it. You know, sometimes he gets lost out there in the sense that we're not seeing him. I think there's some times when he has some guys on his back, and you know, we got to drop the ball when we have those matchups. But that's a read from our guards that we have to read where we have the advantage, and then we have to try to take advantage of that. But I thought John stayed with it. That was a huge 3 late in the game. You know, a lot of times guys take themselves out of the game when they're not getting a touch, and you know, they don't take or won't make that shot. John stayed with it and knocked down a big shot for us.
Hey, Coach, it was reported that Trae Young had a calf contusion midway through the 4th quarter. What was the conversation like that he obviously finished the game and finished that overtime? What was that conversation? Did he ask to come back in the game? Did you ask him to get back in the game?
He's a tough kid. I mean, Trae is he's as tough as I've seen. You know, he had the eye injury in New York, and he comes back in that game, and I look at him, and you know, looking at him through eye protection, and I can't see if his eye is open. So I had to look at him again, and he wanted to go back in the game, and he's like, I can see, Coach. So we put him back in the game. It was the same thing tonight. He did have a contusion where he went to the back, and I got the report that he may not return. You know, this was about, I think, 7-8 minutes to go in the game, and you know, so all of a sudden I see him on the bench, and he says that he can go. You know, I asked him, can he go? He's like, yeah, I can go. He goes out there and he plays. You know, so he's a tough kid, and if he can get out there and walk and move, he's going to play. And you know, I've seen that since I've been here with Trey.
Both DJ and Trey combined for 21 of the 28 team assists. I mean, does it feel like they're starting to click a little bit more and the chemistry is kind of trickling down to the rest of the team?
Yeah, I think it's coming. It's going to get better. You know, I thought tonight, Trey did a really good job of putting everybody in their spots and calling plays and calling sets, and you know, getting guys involved. And you know, he did most of the play calling tonight when he was out on the floor. And you know, that's what I want from from Trey. You know, I think that's growth. And when he can manage the game like that, you know, just take advantage of matchups that's out there, that's going to be good for us, you know, because it just shows he's involved, he's in tune to what's going on out there, and I thought he did a good job of putting guys in their spots.
All right, thanks, Coach.